Are we live? Hello and welcome to KHM Today, your weekly resource for industry news and straight up fun. I'm your host, Carolyn Orphan. Today is August 16th, 2023, and it is Tell a Joke Day. So come on, you guys, we had to wear the horse head because it's just funny. So, where does a horse go when they're sick? Three, two, one. The hospital. I know it's awful and it's hot. So we're going to take this off. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. We are silly. I know. Go ahead and let me know you're here by posting a little comment in our chat. But we have a great show for you today. I don't know about you guys, but I, as a kid, always checked out joke books from the library. This was a fun thing to do. And then I started buying them at the bookstore. That's how much I love them. And I would just devour them like I would devour any of the books that we talked about last week during National Book Lovers Day. So we have some great guests today. So I hope everyone is ready for some fun. Before I introduce our first guest, of course, let me go ahead and tell you yet another fun joke. So knock, knock. Of course, you guys are going to say, who's there? Europe. Europe who? No, I'm not. Europe. I know, it's terrible. But I have more where those come from throughout the entire episode. So please let me know you guys are here and be sure to tell a joke in the chat as well. Again, you guys, just keeping our thoughts and prayers with those in Maui. More and more information is coming out regarding what we need to be doing for our clients' travels. So make sure that you're calling your suppliers, looking at their websites. The hold times have improved this week. And so I hope that you're getting the answers that you're hoping for your clients. I know I was on the phone this morning with ALG myself, and I got some great information for my clients. So, and great news. So, don't be afraid to pick up the phone if you're not understanding what your options are. Hi, Pamela. Great to see you again. I hope Oregon is awesome. Be sure to post a joke if you've got one in there for National Joke Day. Hi, Sarah. Great to see you. You guys, I'm very excited about our first guest. When I saw it was Tell a Joke Day, I had to invite the person who makes each of us laugh at every event that she attends. So please welcome Chris Schutz, Business Development Director with Carnival Cruise Lines. Hello, Chris.
Hey, Carolyn.
See, you guys are so funny. Hi, Gina. Good to see you. See, I knew I could count on you.
Absolutely. But I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't the cruisers play cards?
I don't know.
Because they were standing on the deck.
So is there a website you went to? Because there was a website I went to for my jokes today.
Yeah, I'm not that creative.
You didn't sit there and think all night, like, what jokes could I come up with?
I mean, no.
Okay. Yep. Hi, Smiley. Good to see you. Okay, so I'm going to tell one more joke and then we're going to get into the meat of today and just kind of alter back and forth. And if you've got another joke, share it too.
Okay.
What kind of chocolate do they sell at the airport?
I'm not sure.
Plain chocolate.
Oh!
I think that one's good. That one's pretty good. Yeah. Thank you, Experiential Travel. I think that's a hand clap.
Can I do one more?
Yeah.
Okay. What do ghosts eat on cruises? Ice cream! Okay, I'll take my joke. Oh my gosh, so much fun.
It gets better, you guys. I swear. We're going to get better at this. Okay, so there is a lot going on. Cruising this summer has been like out of control, and I say that in a good way. It's just been nuts. And it seems like everyone's been really happy with service levels, and it's like, it just seems to all be working, which is so great to see after, a period of time where nothing was working, not to the fault of any cruise line. Let's talk about the home port strategy because we're all kind of over the flight delays, the cancellations, the lost luggage. So what has worked for Carnival as far as placing ships in the next couple of years in places where I think it's a drive market, right?
Right. So what is crazy, and at first I was like, how could that be? But 50% of the US population lives within a 5-hour driving distance of a US home port. Does that
That
sound
seems
crazy?
crazy to me. Yeah, because that's not my situation. So anything that
Right,
seems easy is off my
right.
radar.
But I mean, you have to think we have New York City year round, we have Norfolk year round, Baltimore year round. Some of these smaller ports
Mhm.
where maybe it is only Carnival that's going year round. Charleston, Mobile's
Yeah.
another one, and the Carnival Spirit's going to Mobile. So that's one of the newer ships that they're going to get. It's all about, what ships we can get in and out. But Carolyn, I know you know this, but a few weeks ago when I was at the Your Winning Plan event in Nashville, I was supposed to fly home and my flight kept getting delayed. And finally they said, you're not going to get home for 3 days. I got in the car with a coworker and we drove 17 and a half hours, which should have been about 13, but we
Mhm.
hit flash flooding and
Yeah.
traffic and this and that. I don't want to get on a flight again for a while. So if I can drive even 8 hours to a cruise, I'm thinking about it
Yeah.
at this point.
Well, especially if you're like a family of 4 or
Right.
larger and you have that air cost,
Right.
that's huge. So what has really worked well when strategizing this? Are we putting newer ships obviously at the more popular ports,
Mhm.
or are we really shifting things around so everyone gets a little bit of the
Well,
prize?
things are definitely they shift around. So our most popular ports are Port Canaveral, Miami, and Galveston. Those are the three biggest ports that Carnival sails from. And then you also have Long Beach. We have, the brand new Panorama that came out in 2019 and then
Yep.
sat for 2 years. So she's still brand new. She's right out there on the West Coast. So it's all about the size of the ship where they can put it. So say Mardi
Mhm.
Gras, you think Mardi Gras should be in New Orleans. Well, she can't make it up the Mississippi River because she's too big.
Yeah.
She'd be stuck there. So it is all about that. And yeah, so there's a whole team of people at Carnival who that's their sole job is to figure out where they're going to be sailing, what stops they're making. And sometimes we'll be in our sales meeting and I'll think about how isn't it so easy? Can't you just bring the ship up to New York like a little bit more often and do these stops that we
Yeah.
think? And they're like, if only it was that easy. So
Right.
there's a lot that goes into it. But for years now, Carnival has really focused on North America. So we do have some, we have some Europe. So
Mhm.
Pride's over there during Europe right now. Legend will be going there. And then Luminosa is going to do a 30-day journey in September. So she's going to stop at, all different places
Right.
that I never dreamt that Carnival would go to.
One of the things that I've been playing around with lately now, of course, I'm not really in a drive market, right? Driving to Galveston or Long Beach is a little tough. But I will say what I'm loving about those ports is there's so much airlift
Mhm.
that, either the day before or the day of, especially Galveston, because you've got 2 airports that you can play with. And you've got multiple airports in the LA area you can play with that as long as you're not in a blizzard situation or where everything's grounded, there are still options out there because there's so much airlift to those 2 places from Colorado. And I think you'd see that from Vegas and wherever. Whereas to Florida, if I don't get the one, I'm not getting another.
Right.
Probably for 2 days. So, I'm kinda loving that strategy for my clients because it opens up options, and thank the Lord someone listened to me and started bringing good ships over to the West Coast. Now we just need to do our job and sell it so they stay. But now the ships to me are it doesn't even matter what port you're going on, I'm going on because the ship's cool.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, hey, if I can get on a roller coaster, you better believe it.
That's all I care about.
Yeah.
And Jubilee coming to Galveston, let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So her first sailing is, I almost said July 23rd. No, that's my birthday. December 23rd is her first sailing. And she is going to be, I'm just so excited. She is amazing. She's going to be very similar to Celebration and Mardi Gras. She is going to have the roller coaster. So they just made a big announcement, kind of like, well, we kind of knew that she would have one, but we just made that big announcement. Just all of the venues,
Yeah.
entertainment and food, like everywhere you look. Now, I did kind of think when we announced Jubilee that it might have like an old Western theme, but no, that's not the case. It's very like ocean. I would have left an old Western. You know,
Why did you think that?
because it's going to Texas.
Oh, well, I feel like that's a theme you can't get out of though. Once you're in it, you can't get out of that. So, all right, yeah.
Well, that's why they don't have me building the ships or designing them, right? Because I would have had a whole Western on there.
Stay in your lane, Chris. Stay in your lane.
Okay, I better. Hold on.
Okay, so this is the next thing I wanted to talk to you about because I think it's amazing. When I was doing my research, okay, we know Mardi Gras. I still feel like Mardi Gras has been recent. Then the celebration, and then we have Jubilee, and then there is Venezia, Firenze, Illuminosa. Like, where are these names coming from? And how is it possible to have like 3 ships and the dates of release are not that far apart?
And it's because of all of our travel partners are filling the ships that we have. So I just saw Michelle had put, is there still availability for September? You'd have to check because maybe there was a cancellation, but the cabins are few and far between now. You guys are filling our ships like never before. So as the need comes, then we keep bringing them. And of course, we took over Venezia and Firenze and Luminosa from our sister company, Costa Cruise Line.
Mm-hmm.
And they are absolutely amazing. I mean, I've been on Venezia all summer giving tours and this and that. Carolyn, when I tell you she's so spectacularly different, she truly is. But she still feels like a Carnival ship at the same time.
And the names, did we rename these?
So no, those kept their original names.
Okay.
And then Mardi Gras was the first ever Carnival cruise ship. So we brought that name back.
Yep.
And Celebration and Jubilee are names of previous Carnival ships as well. Mm-hmm. Well, so Celebration came out for our 50th birthday. I still like to think for my 50th, but no. So it had to be Celebration, right? How perfect is that?
Yes.
And then Jubilee, that was another one of our past ships that just, we had to bring the name back.
That's another room that I would love to be a fly on the wall.
Right.
To kind of hear those discussions and hear how, what's being thrown out there. And then, to find out what actually sticks.
Right. And remember back in the day, our shun ships, like the Fascination, the Inspiration, all of those, like, how did they keep coming up with them?
Right. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Texans bring the cowboy. I don't need any more country and Western. I love that. Experiential travel. Write your name in the comments so I know who you are, because I don't know that handle. But that's a great comment. You're absolutely right. Bring your own boots, right?
A girl can dream.
A girl can dream. Yep. When you're empress of the world, you can create that Western themed. Let's talk about your wedding plan, because this was a really big event for Carnival. I don't know that I've ever seen something like this before that was more focused on the agent and their business as opposed to product.
Right. And that was our goal, Carolyn. We wanted to help our travel partners be able to grow their business, of course, with the Carnival brand, but really we want them to be successful overall. So during the year wedding plan, we had it in 6 different cities, and I got to participate in 3. I was one of the presenters, and I will be going to Houston. So that just opened up. That's our grand finale. So it's all about growing your business. And of course, we did a tiny bit of product, but we worked with the Small Business Association, ASTA, CLIA, all of that. And we brought in guest speakers and really taught our travel partners how to create a business plan. So, and now, the grand finale will be in September. So any of our agents who, if you sign up, make sure you show up. No shows are no fun. So that's really important. But I hope to have a huge KHM presence there.
And that's in Houston in September.
Yes.
And we have special guests.
Yeah. So Damon John will be there. He's one of the sharks from Shark Tank.
That's
and
fantastic.
Christine Duffy, our president.
Awesome.
I know this is going to sound so crazy, but when I see Christine Duffy, I still get a little starstruck. Because she's so amazing.
Yeah. Yep. It's really fun to see women at high levels in this industry.
Right. It's great.
One of the things, because I didn't attend it in person, but I attended the online 2 Saturdays ago. And one of the things that I really appreciated about it is, even if you've been in business for many years, there was still an opportunity to go back and reflect on what you've created and the things that you should definitely put in place to continue on the path that you're on.
Right.
So I loved that aspect. It wasn't just for people who were new.
No.
I almost thought, oh my gosh, this is easier when you have a little bit of experience to be able to go back and say, oh, well, this is what marketing's going to work moving forward, and this is how I should use the social media tools,
Right.
and this is how I should budget for these things as well.
Exactly.
So I really thought it was a valuable 4 hours that I did, no matter what your level. And selfishly, I was honestly listening to it to listen to see if we were on the right path with what we are saying to agents as far as their business and creating a plan and the value behind that.
And did it kind of coincide?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because again, like even at 2.0 recently, we really talked about how and you guys tell me in the thread here, when I started my business, I started at my kitchen table with like a little file box. I didn't have my office set up. And it wasn't until I started to actually make consistent money every month that I was like, this is kind of working, you know? Like,
Right.
wow. And I actually had money in account to really start thinking about what do I do with it? And, the tax accountant finally saying, well, now you've made a profit. And so it was really good for we had talked about that at the last 2.0 boot camp, that you do sometimes have to backtrack and so that you can continue to move forward.
Right.
And that's really what I felt like I heard is it's never too late to create your plan.
Absolutely. It is never too late. And you're never too experienced and you're never too inexperienced to create it. So
And your
that
plan
really,
can change too, right? Like
yeah,
what you do today in a year, it might change.
right. So, I think about that. That's a really good point. You might have uh you might have clients who start out as Carnival cruisers, but you know what? They change too. And eventually they're going to gradually grow into maybe your Seaborns
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
something like that.
Mhm.
So everybody changes.
Everybody changes. I'm loving the comments here. Ashley, I'm totally on board with a Barbie cruise ship.
Ooh,
And I would not doubt if that doesn't come, someone's going to create an event around that. Maybe it should be one of us. Um,
I saw that.
oh, David, nice to meet you coming online in October. Excellent. Been learning the past 8 months. I love that game plan. Sarah Sanders is asking, can I still do it even if I can't attend the Houston event?
You can go on to Go CCL. I'm not sure if they extended it or not, Sarah, but they did just put out some great information on Go CCL. So check it out. I don't want to give you the wrong information. And
Yep.
then I saw where David put that he loved the workbook, and you had mentioned the workbook too. I thought that was really, really helpful.
It was really helpful. And even if you don't get a chance to fill it out now, take it with you. You can
Right.
use it later. I mean, this is an incredible resource. So,
And
don't try to recreate the wheel. The wheel's already done for you.
right, exactly. And we talked a lot about during the year winning plan social media. And the one thing that I really learned and I was like, oh, wow, I've got to remember this. And I think our industry might be a tiny bit different, but when you're thinking about clients, I would just post whatever, not whatever, but whatever I wanted to post no matter what time of the day. But really travel clients, they're at work, so you should post more in the morning or the evening. I was
Mhm.
like, oh, why didn't I think of that?
Mhm.
Like
Yes. Yep.
something that little.
Yes. Something that little and that consistency piece is
Mhm.
also huge,
Right.
is not just being that one-off. You've gotta be consistent so that you keep showing up on people's feeds. That's huge.
Exactly.
Awesome. Okay, so I think we have time for one more joke, and I'm trying to decide between number 1, number 2, number 2, number 3. What do you got?
You want me to go?
Yep, your best one.
Okay. Well, I don't know if it's the best one. What does a mermaid use to call her friends?
A shell phone.
A shell phone. Yes.
That's good. I like that. I might reuse that. Okay. What's gray, has 4 legs and a trunk?
I mean, an elephant.
Nope, a mouse on vacation.
Oh. Okay, you got me.
Although I
Okay.
have to be honest, I've never seen a gray mouse before.
Okay, I have one more now.
Okay.
Well, I think I did see a gray mouse in Cinderella, but anyway. Okay. How do we know the ocean is friendly?
Oh, they wave at each other.
It waves. Oh my gosh, we're so dorky.
Very good. Chris, boom. Yep. Thank you for always being so fun to have on, and we appreciate you. And I'm trying to think of the next time we'll see you. We'll see you in October at boot camp.
At boot
We will
camp, I
see you then.
cannot wait. Everybody get ready. We're gonna have so much fun.
Yep. Yeah, get ready. Brace yourself. Chris is coming into the building.
I'm coming to town and I got some tricks up my sleeves.
Awesome. And hopefully some jokes. Thank you so much, my friend. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. We just always have such a good time together. Okay, so one of the most fun reoccurring segments we've had all summer is a segment called Be a Social Butterfly. This was the brainchild of our marketing team. And so every month we brought you a different idea on how you can be that social butterfly, even if it's not really your thing. So this week we are talking about um, being your own billboard with our own Sara Rawlings from the marketing team. Hello, Sara.
Hey, Carolyn, how you going?
Good. Do you have a joke for us today?
I have two. So since Chris might still be hanging around, what does Santa Claus do for summer holidays?
Does he cruise?
Yeah, Santa Cruz.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. I was like, okay, there's no play on words there. Oh, that's good. All right.
Yeah.
What's
Do you
your
have
next
any for
one?
me?
Let's see. Oh, I do. Okay. Where do bees go on holiday?
I don't know.
Ready? Singapore. Yay! I did it. I did it. I got her to snort. I love it. Okay, final one.
Where do sheep like to go on vacations?
This I don't know.
The Bahamas.
Okay, what's hilarious is I can see Annie and I can hear Annie in the background. That's hilarious. That's very good. All right, you guys. So if any of you have preschoolers or kindergartners, these are your jokes to tell tonight. Okay, Sara. So you have been working so hard on a little project, but before we introduce that, let's talk about being your own billboard. So many agents do not love to do what we call self-promoting. They're conscientious about the image they're portraying, and being more, and it not coming off egotistical, right? Or self-congratulatory, but at the same time sharing what we do. And so this is kind of a balance. Some people have mastered it, others struggle with it. But you believe that being your own billboard in another way is a way to self-promote that might be comfortable for everyone. So share with us what you mean by that.
All right. Well, first of all, you are your company's biggest brand asset because people come to you for their travel because they want to work with you, not that you have your own company or anything. They want you personally.
Mm-hmm.
So getting that mindset of, okay, people like me, that's cool. But people also need to know, oh, I'm in business.
Mm-hmm.
I sell travel. So getting your word about your company is sometimes difficult because you're like, my family, they may not be interested in that, or my friends like to talk about traveling, but I don't want to be like, hey, can you send me your business? Because it just feels kind of awkward. And I can attest to that. Like, I don't like to do that myself. I did freelance for years and I am my worst promoter. But there are things you can do very silently, but also put a big word out.
Mm-hmm.
So one of those things you can do is, wear a t-shirt with a logo. One of the things that I love that Chris was wearing was her Carnival shirt.
Yeah.
Anybody who knows Chris knows that she is literally a walking billboard for Carnival, partially because it's her job, but also you can just instantly tell that's Carnival colors, that's Carnival logo right there. The imagery, like she has the travel agent's rock shirt on almost all the time too. Like, you know, that's Carnival messaging.
Yep.
So keeping those things in mind, like it's Carnival everywhere. You can do the same thing with your own body. You have shirts. You can have you can have your own bag if you want to with your company's logo on it, or a saying
name tags work great
name
too.
tag. Exactly. Just anything that says, "Hey, I'm a professional." Hey, you see this right here? You like what it says? That's awesome. It starts up a conversation. That you don't have to be like, "Hey, looky, I sell travel."
Yes. You don't have to say anything. The other thing that I don't know if you've seen lately is like the sleeves for laptops. So as you're working somewhere in the airport, a coffee shop, or somewhere, people see that sleeve and it becomes a conversation starter. So you're right. You don't have to say anything. You're just dressed for the day. You're just going about your business, and it is prompting someone to approach you as opposed to the other way around, which, you know, we've talked about this. That makes me very nervous. So what is it that you have to announce today that might make this easier for our KHM community?
Well, I mean, you see, I have some props here. Myself, along with the marketing team here, is extremely happy to announce that we have a apparel shop open for business as of right now.
It went live right during the middle of the show.
Yeah. And some of the things there's a couple shirts that have the KHM logo, but most of the stuff has like sayings that just say, "I'm a travel agent. If you have your dream trip you want to book, see me." So Sam will be playing a video here in a little bit. But one thing that I want to mention too is, you know, it is a conversation starter when you do wear apparel wear or something that has travel sayings, because people will come up to you. I mean, heck, even the grocery store, if I wear my work shirt out, people ask me like, "Do you book travel?" I'm like, "No, but I work with a lot of travel agents, so here's my card."
Yep.
But being able to answer in a way that lets people know I'm a professional. There's information to continue the conversation, even if you don't have time.
So let's step back to that just for a moment, because, you know, you're in the grocery store, you're wearing this shirt, you're in the line for the post office, and people start asking you about this. We need to make sure that we have our ducks in a row when it comes to that 30-second spiel that tells everyone what we do and how we do it, because you've got that 30 seconds to wow that person and you don't want to be stumbling. So what are the key pieces to being able to answer that question? "Oh, you sell travel?" What do you say?
Well, first of all, say, "Yes, I do."
It's as simple as that. "Yes, I do."
Mention your business name, and, you know, it might go back and forth like, "Well, what kind of travel do you sell?" So if you have a niche, mention that. Or if there is anything in particular that you're passionate about, like, "Yeah, I just booked a trip over to Bora Bora." I don't know, just throwing out someplace. That lets the person you're talking to know, hey, you know your stuff. You're legit. And it also shows your personality to say, okay, you're kind of fun to talk to. I might want to continue this conversation. Right. And they'll probably call you later.
I think that's great advice. So recommend to all of you, when you start wearing your t-shirts out, and Gina, I know you said you're ahead of the curve, you're a walking Disney billboard. And then it's that next step of saying, how do I convey to someone what I do and how they would use me? Not only as a resource, right? Because we don't want to just be a resource. We want to be that booking tool as well. We need it to take it that next step. We're not just free Google. So create that 30-second spiel. And we do that in our boot camp events. We talk about it a lot, so that you're ready to go. Because once you have this logo gear from our print shop, the conversations are going to start coming. And don't forget to have a business card on you. That is always my nemesis, because I literally walk around with just my phone, and I sometimes forget to put my business cards in the back here. There's usually something else hanging on, but that's huge to be able to have a business card or two so that you can pass that off when you do meet them in the post office or in the grocery store. What else can you share with us about the print shop?
We're going to be adding new stuff all the time. I know Sam is looking at designs for Halloween. So
Very good.
we're designing stuff that we want to wear personally. So it's stuff that we know will look good on you, and something that, is bright, vibrant, eye-catching.
Perfect.
So always go back and look and see what else stuff we'll be updating. We're going to be adding new content probably every other month. So look for emails. But yeah, the team's super excited about this. And should I say, Sam, roll the footage?
Yeah, but we do have one question real quick. Debbie's asking, can we put the KHM logo on anything with a logo from our own agency? So I'm thinking swap that out. Not yet, right?
Yeah, not yet.
Okay.
Normally with the KHM logo, we just want KHM by itself. So you can wear the KHM logo for those that are in KHM Travel Group. And as you can see right now on the shirt that I'm wearing, it doesn't say KHM Travel Group. It just has the icon.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is in the store. So if there's anything that you like about it, you can be like, yeah, it's my family. I'm tied with them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some way to get around that.
Okay, good. Well, I think it is time now to say, Sam, I've always wanted to say this, even though it's not bean footage. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Remember that?
And Flickr, mention Flickr.
Woohoo! So I hope that you guys were able to see that clearly. Mine kept flicking, but that might just be because of how I am on the screen. So I hope that you guys were all able to see that fantastic video with so many of our KHM team members and all the different apparel options. I just think this is really exciting for everyone. And we hope that you'll all go out there and become your own billboard and not be conscientious of putting yourself out there and self-promoting, and you'll see the information below. Sarah, we do have one question that I think you're going to be able to answer. Do we have Christmas 2023 and Spring Break 2024 promotional materials coming out? Usually those come out a little closer for as far as social media graphics and things like that. But anything from the past can be used, correct?
That is correct. All KHM travel agents have access to a social media library inside our agent portal, and it has a whole section of all different kinds of holidays and types of travel. And we also have a video library that houses short clips that you can share in your social media as well, that doesn't have any branding on it, and you can go into Canva and add your own logos and stuff. And there's directions on how to do that on the portal as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you and your team for putting this together. I know it's been a labor of love, and I feel so happy to be able to share this with agents on the show, because I know you guys have worked so hard in getting this out there for them. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and thanks for bringing your jokes today.
Thank you.
And Annie, thanks for laughing in the background.
Hey, I am the joke, so you're welcome.
You guys, if you happen to order t-shirts and other swag, don't forget to post your pictures on Facebook, on Instagram, using the hashtags #KHM, #KHM Travel Group, #KHM Rocks. Any of those will be able to see all your lovely faces in that fantastic apparel. So thanks so much. You guys, thanks for joining us today. Thanks, Sarah, for being here. Thanks, Chris,
Thank you,
for being
Carolyn.
here. Thanks to our continued support from our sponsors, specifically Apple Leisure Group, who is our overall show sponsor. Next week, we're going back to school with Hyatt Inclusive Collection, and we're celebrating Black Business Owners Month with some of our favorite agents, Marcus Williams, Lawrence Pinkney, and Sustain Glover, and you're not going to want to miss it. So we'll see you guys next week. Happy selling.